Thanks for joining us again in front of the Privy Composting Outhouse. We believe this is the best solution for an instant off-grid toilet system. This video is a little more of an in-depth look at what it's really like to live and use one of these on a daily basis. We designed this not only for off-grid cabins, shops, etc., but also if you're running a glamping, hipcamp, etc. If you need to use something like this in a production environment, we're going to show you how to use it and why we believe this is a great solution for you. The Privy Composting Outhouse is the best solution for you if you run a glamping, hipcamp, etc., a wedding venue, in addition, obviously, for the primary end user for off-grid cabins, etc. All right, here we go. Normal, standard, traditional looking toilet seat. We can have this one with the standard wood one as well if you want a more of a rustic appearance. For customers who have never used a dry toilet, we have a standard looking water tank in the back that is actually the sawdust tank in the place of where the water tank would be on a toilet. One of this, it adds a sense of familiarity, and also it makes it so that it makes it intuitive to use without having to tell your customers. Here we go. We have a nice little handle here. You flip the handle up on the sawdust tank, and here you run in, grab a scoop of sawdust. After each use, layer it over each use, and we ask your customers to use it liberally. This is a insect and a vapor barrier. If you use enough sawdust after each use, there is virtually no odor, no smell, no pests, etc. It works. We are now back behind the outhouse, and we want to make this so that you can service the outhouse, have it functional for your next batch of guests or in any situation in under a minute. All right? Grab the door. It just slides out on pins. You can set it aside. And in the back is a standard 32-gallon trash can. The reason we standardized around these, you see a lot of other composting dry toilet systems have proprietary bins, a bunch of other stuff that will cost you money, etc. If one breaks, you're out of production for etc. We want something to where you can go to any hardware store, grab you another one, and you can add capacity and you're good to go. These act as a self-contained composting system, kind of like a mini septic. In our testing and use of this over the last several years, you'll see sometimes that the composting actually starts taking effect inside this. And if you come back a week or so later, you'll note that the volume of it has actually gone down. By volume, these should be able to do 400 uses. We do not recommend that. We recommend that after every 50 to 100 uses, you slide one out, pop another one back in under a minute, and you're done. Typical how we would recommend this is on the inside, do a nice layer of sawdust over it before you ever slide it out of the back. That way when you're back here, you don't have to look at anything. It's all covered. For our personal use, we actually, for a low volume off-grid cabin, we recommend just getting several different cans and rotating through them. Obviously, if you're running this on a business front end, you're going to have contractor trash bags and change these after every visit by guests, etc. Take one out, move it, and move on. Composting in a system like this, if in a removable bin like this, if you set a black trash can in the summer sun, technically it is chemically safe within a few days, just from the heat. That doesn't mean the composting will be fully done or everything else, but this is a very effective solution for doing on-site sewer systems in a bulletproof, no moving parts, you don't have to think about it manner. Let's say you're in an off-grid cabin. Let's say once a quarter or maybe even once or twice a year, you slide one out, put it on a hand truck, or if it's light enough, just slide it off and set it aside. Pop another one in, and you don't have to think about anything else. It's done. It works. Set this aside. After a year or so, you'll see the moisture content and everything else is low enough. You can either dump it out and use it as compost, or what we do, we have an open burning season here for pine needles, etc., everything else. We just add the sawdust and everything else to the pine needle burn, so you have nothing left over but ash. Now, let's say you're running a hipcamp or glamping outlet. How do we recommend using it? After a visitor leaves, you pull it out, take the bag out, pop in another one, you're good to go. Some trash systems now actively are allowing compost bags to be thrown in with your normal trash loads. If you're in a county with that, that's fine. That way this just becomes part of your trash system. You move on and you're done with it. Place to put the bags and everything else until the composting process is completed. It works. Nothing touches the soil, so in most instances you won't need any permits, anything else, because nothing impacts the soil at all. There's no urine separators, there's nothing that, and if you're saying, oh man, we don't, why would you put this into the trash systems, etc. You think about this now, is how many bags of pet waste, human diapers, all the rest of the stuff go into the trash stream, but at this way, you have a composting medium in with the other organic stuff here, so every day that the compost sits inside a closed container, whether it's a trash can or a trash bag, the contents get more inert. Fairly well-established process now. United States Forest Service, World Health Organization, etc. actually have guidelines on using composting toilets. Based on your climate, the duration could be as short as a few weeks to a few months. We recommend a couple years. That way there's no possible way that it's not a completely inert product. Most situations, this can replace your septic system, normal porta potties, etc. Not only is it a better customer experience, there's no reoccurring monthly fees. None. You're not gonna, you don't have to have $250 a month or whatever every time you have this sitting here. One-time purchase, you have something aesthetic, functional, and works. You can use this, we hope, for the next 20 years. There's no reason that this can't be a semi-permanent solution for you. And we also, thanks to those who have purchased these so far, we've got some orders backing up, so if you're looking at getting one for this summer, give us a call, place the order, get your calendar on the, get on the build schedule so we make sure that we can get you up and running. Thank you very much.